friends. Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing...
My hair is crazy today.
We're doing a mega poof right now. I'm really struggling with the poof. I need to get a haircut. But okay, also note to self, you guys need to remind me with the next YouTube paycheck, like we need to invest in new headbands. This is ridiculous, okay? This headband is beyond dirty at this point. The amount of bronzer that's in here, I could like put in a pan and like bronze my face with.
Ew.
I don't know why I'm trying to fix it to make it look better. It's not gonna look better. Today is a tutorial Tuesday. Yay! I really truly love filming these videos, and this one's being filmed kind of early. Right now I'm on vacation, not really. I'm going to my cousin's graduation in Virginia, so I will be in Virginia when this goes up. I will be watching her graduate when this goes up because it's going up on Tuesday. So yeah, I'm pre-filming, but I wanted to get this video up anyway because I haven't missed a tutorial Tuesday yet this year and I really don't want to. So we're doing this right now. I'm like, this past it's like a week early, but it'll be fine. So today I kind of decided that I wanted to use the Sweet Talk palette from Colourpop. I picked this up. I shouldn't have. I didn't need this palette. I have a lot of palettes that are very similar to this that are pink and shimmery, but it like just made me happy. And this was something that I like legitimately thought about. I thought about it for like days after I saw the picture, and I kept thinking about it and I kept thinking about it, and a few weeks went by and I was done with school and I decided I wanted to pick me up from being done with school and like treat yourself moment. I bought myself this palette. This wasn't necessarily the most needed palette in my collection. It's pretty, I mean, I have these colors, like I know I do, but I still wanted to get it. And so far, having used it a few times, I think it's beautiful. Colourpop's palettes, I really like their formula. I really like Colourpop in general. I like the shimmers. I'm interested to play with the more like pressed glitter shades in this palette because there's something I haven't super seen from Colourpop in these types of palettes before. So yeah, let's just zoom in and get started. This one might be a little bit of a shorter one because I think I'm just gonna do something really basic with this, but I thought it'd be fun to show you guys how it performs if you're interested, all that. So, and oop, is that like a thing now? Is that a meme? My meme lord? All right. First thing I would like to do is take the shade Catch Me, which is this cream white shade, and if you guys watch Tutorial Tuesday a lot, you know that I'm gonna use that to set my entire eye. It's something I do literally every Tuesday. Every time I start a makeup look, I always set everything down. Kind of just how I roll. This palette is really, really girly and really cute. And that's kind of why I was so drawn to it. I really love pretty pink palettes. But again, I don't know how much anybody like needs this palette. I don't know how much of a necessity this would be considered. Now I'm just going to take this shade Meadow, which is this pretty, sorry if it takes a second to focus, this pretty pink shade. Have you guys seen the show? It's called The Society on Netflix. It is so good. It's so good. It's about, without spoiling it, it's about this like group of teenagers who are supposed to be going on a field trip, but then like they get dropped back off at their hometown, but it's like not their hometown. Like everything's the same except nobody's there but them, like these 200 kids. And it's just kind of a show about how teenagers would kind of manage without like their parents and the craziness that happens, and they try to like build their own government and they try to like figure out how they're gonna sustain living there. It's really, really interesting and I would highly recommend watching it. The first couple episodes are a little meh. They're not like the most amazing thing you've ever seen. I'm gonna take this shade Dream Maker. I'm gonna focus that more on my inner corner. But then once you get to the prom episode, things get really good. So definitely if you haven't checked that out, I would check that out. And I know not a lot of people have HBO, and I know this is also an older show, but Charles and I just started watching this show called Barry, and it's so good. If you don't like violence, you might not like it because it does get a little graphic at times, but it's about this guy who's like a hitman and he like secretly wants to be an actor. So he like goes to these acting classes while also being a hitman. And it's basically just about like his life and how he like handles both of those things. It's very good. The guy from SNL, I think his name's like Will Arnett, he's in it, and he also writes it, and he's just hysterical. He's so good in the show. I'm gonna take the shade ICYMI and pop that kind of in the lower crease. We were in a show hole for a really long time and we couldn't really find anything that we were like loving, and then it feels like all of a sudden we found a bunch of stuff that we were just like super into. I have to film like 2 videos after this, so I really hope this makeup look turns out okay. I have Dodie stuck in my head. All right, I am gonna go in with this shade Feel Free, this really dark purple shade right here, and really focus that packet with a like prickly brush on the outer corner. I think this is a pretty like me makeup look. This is kind of a look I would do on just like a really average basic day. I keep it pretty simple in my day-to-day life with eyeshadow, just because I feel weird walking around with like a neon green smoky eye, especially because I like go to school and stuff. I like when looks go from like light to dark. I'm gonna go back in with the shade Dream Maker, that light pink, and kind of just brighten up even more the inner corner with kind of a bigger brush, so we can have kind of that contrast from the light to the dark. This look looks like a Valentine's Day look. A couple months late, but. And then I think I'm gonna go into the shade Side to Side, which is this pink pressed glitter shade. It's very soft, and I'm just going to oh, that's so pretty. This is not a pressed glitter. This is actually, it feels like a Super Shock shadow. If you guys know the Colourpop Super Shock formula, that's kind of what this feels like. Oh, this is so pretty. I love that. See, this is what I'm talking about. I love palettes like this. I'm gonna go in with Garden Date as well and put that over my lid too, more towards the center. This feels like more of just a regular shimmer shadow. This is why I love palettes like this though, because you can just pop something on that's so basic and simple but looks so pretty. All right, I'm gonna go back in with this shade Feel Free, that dark purple, and kind of deepen everything up and mush it together. And then I'm also gonna take this shade Prima Donna, which is a true like pressed glitter, and I'm gonna try to put a little of that on the inner corner. Ooh, I love that. That's so pretty. I'm even gonna tap a little bit over. That's so pretty, but it's definitely, you need a glitter glue with this. It's adhering by itself pretty nicely though. This is very glittery and shimmery. I love it. I love pink and I love glitter. This is amazing. All right, now I'm going to take a little pencil brush and I'm going to go in with the shade, I'm gonna mix Meadow and Dream Maker, these two. Pop them on the lower. And then I'm gonna go into Feel Free, this purple, and put that more towards the outer. And just kind of call that a day. I feel like this is the shortest tutorial Tuesday I've ever done. Palettes like this though, they're just so, first of all, the aesthetic of this palette is so gorgeous. Like I love the packaging and the cover and everything. And also palettes like these, the reason I love them so much is because it's so easy for me to work with them. I don't have to question my color ability, like if I'm putting the right colors together, because it's laid out so well for you. While I don't think this is a palette that a super creative makeup person would find really interesting, I think if you're like me and sometimes you're just like doing a normal everyday look that's easy, this is like perfect. Like this is such a cute little palette for that. And the Colourpop formula is so good. Everything blends really well. I'm gonna put on mascara and eyeliner and all of that, and then I will be right back. Okay, so this is the finished look. I just added some black eyeliner towards the edges to kind of like smoke out that edge part and make it a little deeper, and some just gloss because I felt like this is kind of a glossy look. And then my mascara, I did use the Fenty Gloss Bomb, which I've been loving, and I used my Essence mascara, and I threw on my MAC highlighter in Soft and Gentle, which really is like reminiscent of this look. So this is the look. I'll give you guys a little close-up really quick. Okay, that's enough. Thank you. Overall, I really like this palette. I think it's really cute. I think if you have this, it's like 16 bucks, I think, 14 to 16. I think it's really worth the money. Every shade in here is very wearable and beautiful and works well. My big thing is you don't need this. You know what I mean? Like you definitely don't need this palette. It is pretty basic and it's pretty reminiscent of a lot of other palettes that do already exist. A pinky neutral palette is not groundbreaking by any means. I know I definitely have some already that I could use instead of this, but with that being said, I like the Colourpop formula a lot. I think this palette in particular is very easy to use and very beginner friendly, and I think it would be easy to throw on a look like this that's very simple, very basic, like you just throw it on for the day and be ready to go. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about this palette. I hope this was like a fun tutorial. I know it was probably pretty short and shorter than normal, but I had fun doing this and talking about this palette, and I hope you guys now have my opinion and you can go forth and do with my opinion what you will. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything I am wearing on my face, including the palette, will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!